This presentation is on air pollution due to vehicle emission by Christopher Town. I chose this topic because it is one that's impactful to me because I work at FedEx Ground, where there's many diesel trucks, and it's an industry that is very harmful to our environment, and I'd like to improve upon that. There's many trucks that emit toxic particles on a daily basis. Air pollution is an issue that has been ongoing for many years and is strongly influenced by vehicles specifically. I'm going to talk about the specifics of what kind of particles are released and what negative effects they have, not only on our environment, but also on our human health. I also propose some reasonable solutions for everyone to keep in mind and spread the word. The more people that accept these solutions, the better chance our environment becoming healthier and global warming slowing down. And I speak about these more during the presentation. To begin, vehicle pollutants are extremely harmful to human health and can cause many different health issues. Not only is it harmful to human health, but it's also harmful to our environment. The vehicle pollutants are released through the exhaust tailpipe, and this is because of the burning of the gasoline in the engine and also the burning of the oil. This is all essential to get our cars to actually drive and go places. According to the Union of Concerned Scientists, particulate matter is single-handedly responsible for up to 30,000 premature deaths each year. So car emissions cause a massive increase in the levels of carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and there's many more greenhouse gases that are let off into the air due to vehicle emissions. Air pollution from cars has been around for many years, since the start of cars, which were first invented in 1886, and they've been polluting our world for well over 100 years and still are polluting our world to this day. The constant amount of air pollution throughout the years has built up and is causing many problems, one of the biggest including global warming, which everyone knows about nowadays. According to the EPA, air pollution in cars were first linked in the early 1950s by a California researcher who determined that pollutants from traffic was to blame for the smoggy skies over Los Angeles. So this has been an ongoing issue from the start of cars, and there's been very little progress until about a couple of years, maybe about 5-10 years ago, when electric cars started to become a thing and Tesla came out with the first electric car, and ever since then it's gotten the ball rolling on the awareness of the issue that the current cars that we have are not sustainable for our current environment. As mentioned in the previous slide, there have been changes throughout the years to lower the vehicle pollutants emitted, as well as what is actually in fuel to make it less harmful. So for a long time they were putting lead, which is a very bad particle that was causing many problems of health for people. In the 1970s, EPA started to phase out the lead that was put into the gasoline because we realized we didn't actually need all that lead in the gasoline, and it's totally fine without it. And it took until 1995 to get it fully prohibited from all gas, and today there's no lead in our gases. Also, according to the EPA, as a result, levels of lead in the air have decreased by 94% between 1980 and 1999. This is a huge increase, obviously, and this is a big benefit and win in the environmental department. This still isn't enough for global warming to decrease and for it to slow down. In this portion of the presentation, I'm going to talk about solutions and propose a couple solutions that some are expensive and some are totally free and easy and convenient that some of us just don't think about every day. There's many different solutions to consider when thinking about eliminating air pollutants from vehicles. I know everyone wants to just drive their car because we all have cars and we want to just drive them everywhere we go, no matter short distance or long distance, but some of these solutions might give you guys a better sense of what to do to prevent global warming and other air pollutions. One of the most obvious and helpful solutions would be to outlaw all gasoline-powered vehicles and only manufacture and sell electric vehicles. So as mentioned in a couple previous slides, Tesla and other companies have come out with fully electric cars that emit no types of vehicle pollution. They don't even have tailpipes at all. So according to the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, all electric vehicles do not emit air pollution from their tailpipes, and they don't even have tailpipes in general. Replacing a gas or a diesel car with an electric car helps improve local air quality. Some other solutions for people to think about is driving a hybrid car. So it's not fully electric, so the chances of them being as expensive is a lot slimmer. They are cheaper. I actually own a hybrid car myself. It was very reasonably priced and it saves a lot of money on gas. It's very good on gas mileage and is very efficient compared to regular gasoline-powered vehicles. It actually splits the time that it uses the gasoline power, so it's not even using gasoline the whole entire time. About 50% of the time when you are actually on the highway, you use gasoline, and then when you're back roads, you're using all electric, which is really convenient. Hybrid cars emit far less air pollution than traditional vehicles because it's not burning gasoline the entire drive. Other solutions is driving less. So walking or riding your bike to closer destinations, it seems very small and minimal to drive very short distances, but it actually does a number on our actual environment. So riding your bicycle to a place that's 5 minutes away would be a lot more efficient and better for our environment. And it's actually cheaper because you're not using your gasoline. And for long distances, taking train or public transportation like buses would be more of a viable solution because those trains and buses are constantly running. Yes, the buses use diesel, but they're constantly running anyways and they can fit tons of people on them. So this would be a lot better of a solution. Even more smaller solutions, including maintaining your vehicle and driving smarter, are very good options. Doing regular oil changes and maintenance, getting inspection stickers is very important because doing oil changes means that your oil is cleaner and it's going to burn cleaner. When your oil is really dirty, that's when you need to get an oil change, and like I said, it'll be better for the environment. Inspection stickers as well is important because they make sure that your car isn't emitting any other toxic particles that you don't know about, that it's not supposed to. It just makes sure that your car is working properly and is nice and efficient. Massachusetts does a good job at requiring those. Driving smarter, including being lighter on the gas pedal, so rolling to stops, including on hills and stuff like that, is a lot better driving because it uses less gasoline. Every time you press on the gas pedal, it uses gasoline. Also, not warming your car in the driveway in the winter time. So I know we all have the habit of starting our car 10-20 minutes before we're ready to drive in the driveway in the winter time. However, it's going to be letting off gasoline and emissions while you're doing that. Just dress warmer while you're driving in the winter time, and it'll be a lot cheaper and a viable solution. I had a lot of takeaways when doing this presentation. I learned the many different ways and actions that we can help to reduce air pollution from vehicle emissions. Some small, some big, some expensive, some cheap. A lot of them actually end up by saving you money in the end. Going into the assignment, I had no idea that there'd be so many small things that we can do collectively to massively reduce vehicle pollutants. I would always warm up my car in the driveway. I'd be a little bit heavier on the gas pedal, but now after doing this assignment, no, it's not only saving me a lot of money because I'm having to spend a lot less money on gas, but I actually have a peace of mind knowing that I'm doing good for the environment. I also am trying to carpool more now, as much as I can, and I think that many people should try to do that as much as they can. If two people are going to the same destination and you're friendly with them, I think it's a very good idea to try to carpool to get less cars on the road. When people are in traffic and a bunch of cars are in traffic at a standstill, that's really bad for the environment, and there's tons of air pollution that just goes right to the atmosphere. I also learned that there has been a lot of progression since the issue was first introduced. Obviously, when cars were first invented, I didn't know that lead was such a big issue when cars were first manufactured and produced. And it's good to know that at least we have some people working to find viable solutions. And my next vehicle for sure will be an electric vehicle, and this will help eliminate the issue for sure. This has been my presentation. Thank you.